You'd see Stokely Carmichael. There were a lot of folks on that sit-in because it was an executive committee meeting. And so a lot of folks had come in. And I think that one was at, ITS, Interdenominational Theological Seminary, ITS, which allowed us to have meetings there. So I think that one was there. But anyway, the reason it happens is that Jim Foreman, our executive secretary, was always very involved in international matters. And so we, as a young organization, also are understanding what's going on in the anti-colonial struggle in Africa. So when we take one man, one vote, that's coming from the anti-colonial struggle in Ghana, in Kenya, in Nigeria, all of those places. So Foreman finds out that Oginga Odinga, from the Kenyan anti-colonial struggle, is being brought into Atlanta by the State Department. Now, the State Department would often have visiting dignitaries visit the SCLC office down in Auburn, but never came to us. So Foreman finds out because he's very connected, with the international struggles. He's been to, I have in my diary that I'm picking him up at the airport, at the Atlanta airport, because he's coming from an anti-apartheid conference in London, and how excited I'm gonna be because he's gonna tell me about this anti-apartheid stuff. Okay, that would have been in 63, 64, So he finds out Oginga Odinga's coming, who is a foreign affairs, I think, minister from Kenya. And Foreman says, we should go over, he says, to this exec meeting. And he's already cleared it with, Oginga Odinga, evidently. We go into the Peachtree Manor, which had only the year before been desegregated. And so we go in, Oginga Odinga comes down, and in my mind, the only thing I knew about Africans was Tarzan. It was ooga booga, and they're all in loincloths, and so it's like this man, and so I had no idea what to expect. He comes down, he is in flowing robes, he looks gorgeous, and he is so dignified. And of course, speaks 4 or 5 languages, including English. I speak 1. And so he sits down, and we're sitting in whatever the lobby is accommodating all of us. And we start talking about what we're doing in the rural projects and the grassroots organizing. And then Oginga Odinga talks about the rural education that they're trying to do and the organizing that they've done to do this anti-colonial struggle. And we're going back and forth. And then he says to Foreman, I think that we're gonna, I have to leave now. So they leave. So he says, I think I now have to leave. And Foreman says, okay, well, before you leave, let's sing a freedom song. And so we all stand up, and ain't gonna let nobody, well, let me just say, I remember this one white Southern dowager who clearly was not happy, And then the next thing I know, she has gotten, and probably others, I just remember her, has gotten the manager to come over, and he says to Foreman, you all will just have to stop. You will have to leave. And so Foreman, thanks Oginga Odinga, and we go out, and Foreman then says, while we're here, let's just go over to the Tuttle House and sit in. So we then just walk over, and we sit down, and now Foreman, I can't remember if Foreman got arrested, but the rest of us all got arrested and got taken away, yeah. So yeah, that was the Tuttle House arrest.
Okay.
Now there was one at Grady Memorial, but I don't know if you need that. That's the one where I kicked the cop. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Then, let me see. Answer this. What was the role of women